Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. You see this: Ricochet and Will Ospreay, their national champion. We know they had their feud years ago. Man, you won't believe they're gonna run it back soon than we think. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We getting all set for AEW Grand Slam. Indeed. Also, too, Darby Allin said that he wants a piece of Jon Moxley. After Jon Moxley wants a championship opportunity. We'll talk about that coming up as well. And too, a lot more stuff going on. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started here, right here on Connect TV right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect and our platforms as well, Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for watching. Join in that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and scan. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button. So let's get started with the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We'll kick things off with this. Orange Cassidy was in the match tonight. Orange Cassidy went against you know who. It's Chris Jericho. But Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho, you had Kyle O'Reilly and I guess what's that dude name from the Briscoe brothers? Mark Briscoe, man. Well, Jericho went against Orange Cassidy. They had a few almost like a couple years ago. Jericho and Cassidy. Jericho and Cassidy took each other down to the limit, even took each other outside the ring to a table. Jericho trying to get his hands on Cassidy for saying that what Cassidy did last week. Jericho wants retribution after what went down last week when Orange Cassidy and Jericho had their little feud and stuff. After Orange Cassidy decided to do this to Jericho. Jericho really wanted to get his hands on Orange Cassidy one bit. I'll tell you that right now about Jericho. Jericho got his car ruined by a bunch of coins. And Orange Cassidy said he had to pay Jericho. And he paid Jericho halfway. That happened last week. Jericho did not like that one bit. And Jericho wanted to get his hands, get his retribution on Orange Cassidy. Jericho tried to do what he could. Jericho was unsuccessful in the match. Orange Cassidy picks up the win over Chris Jericho. Jericho might have to realize that Orange Cassidy has his number. He probably had to make sure he can get Orange Cassidy up to the level of what he needs to be. Well, we go from here to another match where Jon Moxley, well, you see Orange Cassidy getting the win over Moxley, over Chris Jericho, and got the win. Well, we move over to another match that many people were talking about and many people were claiming and stuff, and see how they went down. Well, Will Yuta is set to defend his six-man tag team titles with Cesaro and Pac. Will Yuta kind of having mixed feelings about it. Will Yuta saying, hey, I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of conflicted. Will Yuta was kind of conflicted. He don't know what he wants to do. He's going to team with him or not. Well, we'll see. Will Yuta's going to change his mind, but Will Yuta kind of realizing that things not going his route and going his way. So, hey, that could be the tail end. That could be the difference. So we'll see. Will Yuta. Speaking of Will Yuta's teammates, they decided that they want to take upon themselves and decided to attack. Who they were trying to attack? It looked like they were trying to attack that group. I forgot the name. That party group. Well, Will you and everybody else, and John Moxley had a face-to-face confrontation with Darby. We know that Moxley will meet Darby one-on-one after Darby won a championship match for the Battle Royal, and Moxley wants Darby's championship spot to take down Daniel Bryan. Well, you ain't gonna have to wait no longer. Maria Serrano and Cesaro and the rest of them trying to hold him back, and we got hold back. But Darby saying that he's looking forward to going against John Moxley next week. We'll see that match next week on Dynamite for Grand Slam. Winner meets the AEW World Champion, whoever that may be. I don't think the World Championship will be online, but we're gonna instant classic matchup to that. But we're getting a lot of matches leading up to Grand Slam. Um, I don't know if Brian and Nigel McGuinness, if Brian's clear to wrestle. I think Brian's gonna wrestle, and we'll see that next week. Brian versus Nigel McGuinness, a long story feud between these two men, who dates back to their Ring of Honor days. Now they're bringing it back from their Ring of Honor days to the AEW now. So we'll see. But speaking of that, Mika saying that she's coming back. Mika is coming, and Mika, I don't know if she's gonna challenge Mariah May, who's now the women's champion. Mariah May was in the ring, and Mariah May led to what she wants to do, and we'll see if she's gonna challenge the women's champion to a match, and we will see. That's gonna happen. There's gonna be a possibility. Well, Christian Cage, he has a AEW time match shot as well. He's looking to cash it in when we don't least expect it. Christian making it seem that way, that Christian is trying to go in that route with Kip Sabian. I don't know what they're trying to do with that, but only time will tell on that and how that's gonna go down and stuff eventually and stuff. We'll see. Well, Ricochet. Ricochet, the man, the myth, the legend, Ricochet was in action. Ricochet making his name prominent. Ricochet making wrestling tonight. Ricochet went against you know who. Ricochet taking it to you know who. Ricochet taking it down and taking it to the further. I'll say that about Ricochet. Ricochet making it seem like he wants to do what he needs to do. Ricochet won his match over Black Tourist. I didn't even know Black Tourist lost to Ricochet. Ricochet beat him easily. Ricochet looking for more challenges and more opportunities, and Ricochet may get a challenge and opportunity head his way. Ricochet confronting international champion Will Ospreay. Ricochet told Will Ospreay that, hey, you brought me here. You told me to fly my wings, and I'm gonna fly my wings. You told me to jump when the grass is green, to jump, and I did so. And Ricochet will do that. Ricochet issuing a challenge to Will Ospreay that he talked to Tony Khan and saying that they will have a match next in 2 weeks on the 5th anniversary of Dynamite. Ricochet taking on Will Ospreay for the international gold match that many people are talking about transcending the Indies, and now it's going to transcend AEW and bringing more focus to the platform, more getting more visibility. So we're going to see that aerial assault match between Ricochet and Will Ospreay, which I need to watch that match when they had their first match together. Will Ospreay and Ricochet doing battle. We're gonna see that. Well, Jeff Jarrett and Heyman Page looking for his next feud, and he might have found it in Double J. Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett want to get his hands on Heyman Page real bad. That's what Page had done, and saying bad remarks about Jarrett's wife and Jarrett's stable and family and the fans. We haven't seen Swerve Strickland in a while. Swerve had got with the syringe and the center block. I guess they was trying to write him off. But like I said, Jeff Jarrett at the last week when Heyman Adam Page confronted Jarrett last week to say, hey, you don't have nothing, you don't amount to nothing. Heyman Page, nobody don't want to be around him after what he did to Swerve. The horrible stuff he did to Swerve. I guess that forces you to do. Even the Dark Order don't want nothing to do with him. Man, you know the Dark Order don't want nothing to do with you. They just don't want nothing to do with you. But, like I said, we'll see. Heyman Page may have to be a loner once again and doing things his way as a loner. But Jeff Jarrett looking forward and looking to combat him later on down the road. So we'll see on that. Also, too, the Young Bucks, the tag team champions, teamed up with Okada to take on Will Ospreay, Kyle O'Reilly, Kyle, I forgot his name, in a match. But Okada and take a shit. I mean, take Takashita. They lost in that losing effort. Will Ospreay and company won their match, defeating Takesh, defeating the Elite, and the Elite may have to regroup and get themselves together. And we'll see how that's going to go and how that's going to go down coming up. But right now, Will Ospreay and company win their match, and Will Ospreay and company setting the sights, setting their rules for a match that they want to do and what they want to be heading forward. So, like I said, Will Ospreay getting the win. If we can show Will Ospreay right quick before we lead out, I guess we don't. So, we'll see what's going on with that. But that's gonna do it for the AW Dynamite Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we want to talk about this. Sheamus, the WWE star, told on Pat McAfee's show that Sheamus saying right here on the quote, "Here's to many more years of getting paid, of doing what I love the most, kicking fellas in the faces and having bang out the banger. And thanks to each and every one of you, beautiful legends, Sheamus. Sheamus now got this extension. He's gonna be sticking a while in WWE for quite some time. So we'll see Sheamus and stuff. However that's gonna be. Speaking of that, we know that next week will be Grand Slam. Bryan Danielson will take on Nigel McGuinness. If Bryan Danielson is clear to wrestle, we'll see that match next week. We'll see and what went down, and hopefully get an answer next week on how that's gonna go and stuff. I guess that's gonna do it here on the Pro Wrestling Show. So we're gonna leave you on the Pro Wrestling Show with this match that's gonna happen next week. Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness next week. Hopefully, we'll get an answer next week. We'll see how this is going to go. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We'll see you this Friday for the SmackDown Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later, folks.